So, Howard, when you look at, I guess, the conundrum for the UK, right, is it more likely now that the UK crashes out because we triggered Article 50 and we don't have anything in paper at the moment, or do you think things will fall into place? It just takes time.
Well, the latter is a very optimistic reading of it. I think the real difficulty is that the EU27 have said that we need to make significant progress on the budget and on the free movement of people, of the rights of EU citizens in the UK, before they're even prepared to talk about the stuff that interests me, which is what kind of access financial firms are going to have to the European Union after Brexit. And I think that the government have kind of been drawn into that method of negotiating. And at the moment, we're at the worst possible time, which is that we aren't apparently making headway on those two very difficult issues, therefore the others are stalled. I think the government's going to have to change gear. It's going to have to really get to grips with the budget question, and that means, I think, warming up people for the fact that they are going to have to make some payment. I have no idea precisely what the number's going to be, but it's not going to be nothing. And so I think what they really need to do is to be warming people up for that. Yeah. Try very hard within the next month or two to get some kind of agreement so that they can unblock the other dossiers, if you like. And then maybe we can start to see some sensible discussions, and there is readiness on both sides, I think, to achieve some compromises, because there is a lot at stake for both sides here. But at the moment, I think we're in the worst possible time, and it's a very blocked situation, which looks very uncomfortable.
And what does it mean for financial companies? I mean, we see a lot of financial firms, including yours, already taking decisions because you can't wait for something on paper.
Well, some of those decisions, of course, could be wound back if we did get a full passport deal. I'm quite sure that if, I mean, I don't expect this, but if miraculously we were suddenly to decide to be actually in the single market again, then I don't think that some of the big moves that people are talking about would happen. But they are making contingency plans, including RBS, and the longer it goes and the closer we get to March 2019, you will just have to implement that. And then if you've once sent, in our case, 150 people to Amsterdam, well, they're not going to be thrilled to come straight back, and that's probably not going to happen. So, the clock is ticking, to quote Monsieur Barnier, and in the city, people are making contingency plans, and at the moment they can only make them on the basis of an expectation of a hard Brexit. That's the only prudent thing as a board of directors you must tell your staff to do. So the longer it goes, the more likelihood there is that those hard Brexit plans will be implemented.